Hey guys, so I'm here with little Natalia and I'm going to do a video on a subject that has been kind of irritating me a little bit. I don't know, some of you may be following it, some of you not so much, but Ines has a YouTube channel if you guys follow her at the Reborn Doll Collective. Hold on one second. And she's been going through some issues with a buyer that bought a doll from her and did a chargeback, and yeah, so now Ines is without the doll and without the money. So anyway, this video is not so much about that particular incident specifically, but I wanted to address a video that the person that is actually doing this to Ines posted a video. She titled it, Should you buy on YouTube with introduction? So she talks about basically where she thinks or how she thinks you should go about buying a reborn doll. So I wanted to address that topic as well because it actually is quite a interesting topic. So while I do that, I'm going to change her out of her Easter outfit. Where did I put it? I'm going to put her in this kind of springish Cat and Jack what is this called, romper kind of a thing. It looks like it's going to be big on her, but it is a size newborn, so I'm just going to put it on. If it's baggy, it'll probably still be cute anyway. So I've never changed her inside of this thing, so I don't know how this is going to go because it moves, but she looks so cute in it. I didn't want to take her out, and look at her, she's looking at everybody like, hi. Hi, her hair is so crazy. I don't like to brush her hair, that's why her hair is always a little messy, but I think she looks cute with her messy hair. I just don't like to brush it. I'm just afraid to mess with it too much because this doll is going to be going to a new mommy, so I just try to not mess with her too much. Alright, so a lot of us who have been, I've been buying and selling reborns for about 3 years now. So my first reborn was a perfectly fine, beautifully painted doll actually, but by a lovely artist. It was a cheaper doll that I got. I think I paid, I don't know, when I say like $275 for it. And I didn't have any issues. I bought it, where did I find that doll? I think it was on eBay. I just didn't know at the time where to look for them. I'd seen them around and I just didn't really know where to go about getting a reborn. So it's actually probably a good topic for a lot of people who are just starting to collect and they don't really know where they should be looking or how they should go about buying. So there's several ways to buy a doll. Obviously there's many ways, but one of the ways is to buy it direct from an artist. If you follow the artist, whether you be on Facebook or Instagram, or you follow their eBay accounts, however you do it, you buy directly from the artist. There's usually not any issues with buying directly from the artist. So you can always go about it that way. Buying a brand new doll is always a nice thing. But sometimes some people want a doll from a higher end artist, but they can't afford the brand new price. So they will wait for a doll to come up on the secondhand market. And this is where it gets a little bit murkier. Like, who do you trust? How do you go about buying it? How do you pay? Who can you trust? And how do you know if you can trust that person? Especially now, it seems like there's just been more and more instances with scamming going on. So when you buy a reborn from someone in the community on a secondhand market that is someone that's pretty well known in the community, someone who has bought and sold a lot from both artists and collectors alike, you can usually trust them pretty well. But what people need to understand about buying reborns on the secondhand market, or even reborns in general, is they're generally non-refundable, even if you buy them from an artist. And the reason for that is because it's art. You can't go to an art gallery, purchase a piece of art, and then go back and return it. It's not how it works. So before you purchase, the first thing you should do is make sure you've asked all the questions that you wanted to ask prior to making the purchase. Like when I first bought my first Reborns, I didn't really even know what to ask. I saw some dolls and I see something I liked and I thought, oh, she's really cute, I'm gonna buy it. And when I receive it, you know, I don't even know what I'm like. Did I get something that's really good? My first Reborn, I didn't like the way he was like stuffed. I think he was overstuffed. And now if I had received a doll like that, I know how to fix it, right? But if you never owned it, like owned a Reborn, you don't really know how to go about fixing it or, you know, anything about it. What do? You know, I don't really care for it. You sell it. Like I sold him. But today I could fix him. I probably would have fixed him and then resold him anyway. Just because, you know, just kind of know when you get the doll whether or not you are going to love it or not. But now I've been in this community a bit longer, I kind of know what I'm going to ask. It still doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to receive the doll and be 100% satisfied. She actually looks really cute in this, and it's actually not as big as I thought it was going to be. It looks bigger when it's not on. It's really cute on her, right? Let me see if I got a pacifier that she can use with this. Hold on. Go into my little pacifier stash. I need to make her more pacifiers that are magnetized. Because my Andrea wasn't magnetized, so. But she's gonna go to a new mommy anyways. I don't know if I ever have one that matches this outfit. Maybe this one has flowers. She can use that for now. So, anyway. Yeah. Okay. So, I'm just gonna go over some things that you should probably ask the person that you're purchasing the doll from. First and foremost, if you're buying from someone you don't really know, always ask for a safety photo. Make sure they actually have the doll, okay? Because there's so many people who claim to have dolls that they don't even own. So you're gonna purchase a doll and you're never actually gonna receive it. That's gonna be your first problem. So yeah, the first thing you wanna do, does this match? Guys? Yeah, so the first thing you wanna do is ask for a safety photo if you don't know the person and you don't know 100% if the person even owns a doll. This thing is sorry. So what a safety photo is, for people who may not be in the know, a safety photo would be a photo of the doll with a piece of paper, handwritten, taken with the doll, with the person's name on it. And you make sure you can tell that the pic photo hasn't been doctored. This bow is kind of weird because of this thing, like it kind of covers her face, right? Unless I guess it goes up higher. Maybe like up like that. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Anywho, yeah. So, safety photo first. You guys, make sure you ask for a safety photo. And once you have established that the person that you're buying the doll from actually has the doll, then the next thing you probably want to do is start asking some questions, because, you know, you might have preferences, right? Is a doll rooted? Does a doll have, you know, painted hair? Is it bald? Make sure you get all the photos. Don't be afraid to ask for close-up photos as well. Like, close-up photos of the hands, the feet. You know, look for any kind of wear and tear, paint, you know, coming off of any areas, you know, things like that. Things that may affect whether or not you actually like the doll when you receive it. All these things. Is the doll coming from a home with pets? Is the doll coming from a home where people smoke? You know, all the kind of questions that you really, you know, it's going to affect the way you feel about that doll when you receive it, because I'm going to tell you, most people in this community, I'm not saying all, because I obviously don't know everyone, but majority of the people who are reselling dolls are not going to accept a return. they're not gonna let you return the doll just because of, you know, you just didn't like it as much as you thought you were going to. That's not a reason. And unless the doll was severely damaged, and it was clear that you were scammed, I guess you would say, that you received a doll that was completely not what the seller said, you know, you were getting, then you won't get any kind of refund. And definitely if they're scamming you, you're still not going to get a refund, you know, in which case you might have to go through legal matters and all that, whatever. But ask all the questions, you know. Does the doll have a magnet? Is that an issue for you? Do you want a magnet? Because, you know, not everybody puts magnets in their dolls, you know, for pacifiers. You know, does the doll have a magnet? What is the doll coming with? Is the doll coming with a layette? Is it just the doll? You know, is it going to come with a blanket? Some people don't even send a doll with a blanket, you know. I received a doll, I'm not going to say directly from the artist, I'm not going to say who the artist is, but I received a doll that I purchased, and I paid quite a bit of money for it. Not like an atrocious amount of money, but a decent amount of money for it. Let's just say it was over $500. I got the doll, and it was literally wrapped in a receiving blanket, and it had on like a cheap Carter's outfit, and that's it. You know, there was no extras, there was nothing that came with the doll, and I was perfectly fine with it. I wasn't gonna go chase this artist down and ask him why it didn't come with stuff. I wasn't really expecting it to come with a lot of things, and I'm fine with it. I ordered a baby from an artist that I knew wasn't coming with anything, because I bought it as a painted kit. So make sure you know what you're getting. You may want to ask how long has the artist been, if it's from an artist, how long has the artist been painting? If it's not from an artist, who is the artist that painted that doll? Do you know the history of the doll? Do you know how many other people have owned that doll before you? Does the doll have heavy texturing? Because sometimes you can't tell that from photos, but sometimes you can. There's so many things that you can ask. Ask all the questions, especially if it's a doll that you really want to buy. Don't go asking all these questions and then like it's not even something that you want. Make sure it's a doll that you're really truly interested in, and don't be afraid to ask questions, you guys. Like, there's nothing wrong with asking questions when you're, you know, about to spend a lot of money on something, because there is no returns or refunds on these dolls, especially if you're buying on the secondhand market. It just doesn't, it's not, you know, this issue that Ines is having, she shouldn't be having it. She shouldn't be having it at all, because this lady, for those of you who may not be following the story, this lady bought a doll from Ines, a beautiful doll by an amazing artist, and an artist that I've owned her babies, and her work is phenomenal. And this lady claims that the magnet in the mouth of the doll shifted. Whether it shifted in shipping or, you know, it shifted while Ines had it, who knows? Because maybe Ines didn't even use pacifiers on the doll. It wasn't a selling point of the doll. It wasn't something that she mentioned when she was selling the doll about having a magnet. This lady just knew that the doll had a magnet because she had watched the original box opening of this doll. The other thing was, what did she say? Oh, the body had been changed. She didn't like it anymore because it had a different body. Now, when Ines received the doll, and I've done this with many of my own dolls, especially dolls coming from Europe, because they tend to use different bodies, because Bountiful Baby is a company in the United States. So, but it was a Reborn kit. Those of you who are familiar with Reborns know that it is bought from Bountiful Baby, makes the Reborns. It was a Reborn kit, and it did not have a proper Reborn Bountiful Baby body. So Ines had purchased a separate body, a new body for this doll, changed out the body to the to the correct body, so to the body that the doll was supposed to have in the first place. And this lady was like, oh, well, she was deceived because the doll's body had been changed. So, body had been changed, and the pacifier magnet had possibly moved for whatever reason. So, two things. Still not grounds for returns, if you ask me. And then the other thing she said, somewhere on the line, she said the doll had texturing. And she purchased this doll through YouTube. So if you watch her video, that's why she's talking about whether or not you should buy the dolls on YouTube. The doll was purchased through a live video that Ines did showing details of this doll, where she explained that the doll was textured. So this is like not things that were not, these are not things that were not already disclosed prior to the sale. So this lady went and did a chargeback on her credit card after receiving the doll. Now she has the doll and is still in her possession. Ines is out the money for this doll. Mind you, this is like almost $1,000 we're talking about. It's not like just like, you know, a couple $100. So be aware of what you guys are doing. Know who you're buying from. Know who you're selling to. You know, it makes me weary to sell dolls too in this market, because who knows what kind of people are out there. I've been really lucky so far with like dolls that I've bought and sold in their community. So yeah, that's my take on this. I hope it wasn't too much rambling. But yeah, enjoy. And here is Miss Natalia looking so cute, as always. I'm going to take this off the tripod real quick so I can get her in the video, like looking so cute. Like more close-ups of her. Hi, sweet girl. She is so cute. Oh my gosh. Can you even stand it? Say bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Take care, you guys. Aloha. Okay, I just want to take this moment to talk about payment real quick, because I didn't really talk about payment in this video. And I just wanted to just say I don't have a lot of experience with payment other than using PayPal. So just good luck. Just be smart with like your payments. Nowadays it's like even PayPal doesn't completely protect you. So just be careful with payments. Always know who you're buying and selling to. That is all I have to say about payments. Just good luck and be smart, and we all hope for a good outcome. All right, take care. Aloha.